We lost, but with a fight. Man United nil to Arsenal. But guess what? Ruben Amorim has proved to everyone that this man was indeed the right man in the right moment. I'm going to tell you why. But first, guys, like this video, share it, and subscribe. Yeah, don't ask yourself why my hair is still on my head. I promise to chop it off, go bald if we lost, and that. I'm going to do it. Don't you worry. But you know what? I'm actually going to do it without any qualms because for me, all I wanted was to cheer you people to believe that Man United was going to really come in there and give Arsenal a proper run for their money, which I think they did. So for me, I'll be in that salon enjoying my bald head with a smile, knowing that in just a few months from now, Man United is going to be the best team, and I say this with authority, the best team in England. You know why? We are talking 2 weeks of Ruben Amorim facing 5 years of Mikel Arteta. But listen, was that the football you watched? Was it 5 years apart? First half, guys brings an unexpected starting 11 with Mount starting players like Malaysia, but they contained Arsenal. Arsenal got a mental block at some point in the first half until Ruben Amorim decided to open up the game because he felt perhaps there is a chance for us to beat them. Maybe that was a mistake, maybe not, but I don't blame him because it's Man United. He felt, okay, I've studied them. I see they are now getting frustrated. Let me bring on Ahmad and try to go at them. It did not exactly backfire. I think we can only blame a few errors we made in terms of giving away. For example, the second goal, that error. What was Rashford doing? Lifting the ball at the line. I keep saying, guys, here, Rashford is not elite. How are you lifting the ball when the line is there? How can you give away such a silly corner against a team that every corner kick they were taking was threatening to be a goal? So clearly, a smart player would have known. I would rather, if I'm cornered, I would rather send it for a throw in. But Arsenal, the first thing, even before the game started, I was here. I've said it before that Arsenal are so dangerous with set pieces. When Gabriel wasn't there, I was like maybe, but you see, they stepped it up against Man U. Every corner kick Arsenal had, they had 13, we had none. But all those 13, I think 7 of those could have been goals, or even more. So how are you giving away such a silly, a silly corner kick to a team that you clearly see as the set piece masters? In fact, for me, in the history of my time watching football, I've not seen a single team, and this is not giving too much respect to Arsenal. It's admitting and appreciating that Victor guy who is there as a set piece coach. I've never seen a club in football so good at corner kicks like I've seen this Arsenal team. The delivery, the movements. How do you defend that? Unless they're going to do man-to-man marking, and when you do so, you're most likely going to fall someone and concede a penalty. So they are just good, and clubs are going to have a lot of work to do to try and stop them. Their set pieces are unbelievable. Are unbelievable. So credit to them. But let's get back to Man United. Look at how we contained Arsenal with that team that we had. Arsenal had no ideas. They could not score a goal in proper, open play. They could not hurt us. Andre Onana was on. So for me, I really felt like we really showed up. Were there areas of improvement? Like Amorim said, yes, okay, he himself said we only lost because of set pieces. And that is not something really you can blame a team that has been with the manager for 3 weeks or barely a month. So for me, I think it's only positives in this game. I will not even go much into the player ratings, that who to rate what out of what. I think for me, we had injuries, we are clear underdogs coming into the game, but I won't even blame any injuries because what Ruben Amorim has done is that he has, I think, showed us that there are no stars. Anyone can play in this system for as long as you've got the right attitude and mentality. But the positives we will take is I think we got a semblance of our backline. I thought Lenioro came on and he showed why that boy is indeed a generational talent. You saw the tackles he was making, the physical encounters he was going in with Martinelli and blocking shots and stuff. He was only making his debut for Man United after that long injury layoff. So I thought for me that was a positive seeing him on the pitch, meaning we are almost having our full squad available, at least for now. And I think the one thing that Amorim has done is to show us that Perhaps our squad is not really as bad as everyone thought it was. Because if against arguably one of the two best clubs in England, we could put on such a performance and they had to rely on the magic of some little known set pitch coach for them to get a win at the Emirates Stadium, then we are not so far off. And this is why I said before the game that this game for me is the one that will vindicate Ruben Amorim, or it's going to be the turning point. Wherever I've read people commenting about Ruben Amorim, they're all saying this is the guy. Everyone is saying Manu has got the guy. Soon Manu will be unplayable. So, guys, I know the Arsenal chaps will come at you, but they feel it in their heart of hearts. In every group that I'm in, people were saying in the first half, Arsenal chaps started, getting excuses. Gabriel is not there. That's why our game is dead. So and so, Calafiori, we miss Calafiori. And I'm thinking, but I thought you were the odds-on favorites. How are you the ones missing players? You should be the ones saying we miss Martinez, we miss Maino. I've not heard anyone mention Maino and Martinez anywhere. Yet these are two important players who were not in that game. But no one is saying we lost because we missed those two. Do you know what that means? No one is talking about Casemiro, who was there uh, on the bench. So for me, I want to give Ruben Amorim the utmost credit for getting this team and getting everyone believing, taking on a giant in Arsenal, matching them, I think, in everything. Possession was 50-50. Can you imagine? The only thing, of course, like you'd expect, Arsenal was always going to come and attack us. We did not really, and there, we were putting good passes together. It was an even game. It was a proper even game, but they outsmarted us when it came to set pieces. But also, guys, a positive on Man United's side is we've improved in our set pieces as well. I've always been talking about, I don't know when Man United last scored a goal from a set piece, but we scored one with from that corner kick in the last game with Rashford. Beautiful, well, again, a work of the training pitch, which Carlos Fernandez, the first assistant of Ruben Amorim, is now the one, of course, conducting set piece coach. Then we saw a free kick that Anthony could have scored. Beautiful start from Bruno. These are things we were not seeing before. So you see good improvements, and you can clearly see that give Amorim uh, 3 months with this team, give him a few new signings, and Man United is going to be unplayable. Fam, don't even tell me nothing. Out of 10, Amorim for me in this game scores 7, and it's a loss. Take that to the bank. See you with my bald head. Cheers.